How to apply for a TEDx talk? If you've been thinking about giving a TEDx talk, you already have your idea that you want to share with the world, then just do it. Let's go through that step by step. I'll include the tips that were helpful when I was applying for a TEDx talk and what I wish someone told me before I presented a TEDx speech. Hi, my name is Marina Barayeva. If this is your first time here and you want to learn how to grow your personal brand to become an influencer in your niche, start now. Subscribe to the channel and click the bell. That's why you'll get notified about new videos like this. Speaking at the TEDx event is a big authority boost for your personal brand and shows you as an expert in your industry. Once you've done it, you will notice that mentioning it will open up many more new opportunities, and it's easier to get any publicity. Also, in one of the Facebook speaking groups I'm a part of, there was a discussion about when it's time to start charging for speaking, and one of the experienced speakers mentioned that having a TEDx under your belt already means that it's time to start charging. But while it's good to apply for a TEDx talk and be proud of yourself that you've done it, first and foremost, it's about the importance of the message you want to share and how it can impact other people. TEDx events are not looking for motivational speeches or an elevator pitch about your business. Even more, it's actually forbidden to promote anything on stage. Before you apply for a TEDx talk, you already need to have the main idea of what you may talk about and how you're going to express your idea. Don't write the talk trying to fit into the theme. Write down the topic and outline what you want to share there.
If you look at the TED.com website, they give a list of the types of talks that you can perform there. It can be a regular speech, that can be the tech demo, the performance, and there are several other types of talks how you can deliver your TED talk. You can also check the examples for each category and get the feeling and see the examples how other people did that. I'll include the link to this page and other resources mentioned in this video into the description so you can check them later.
Now, let me explain the whole process of how to become a TEDx talk speaker. TEDx events are like TED, but they are individually organized events. There are many TEDx events around the world. Anybody can apply to host an event, get the license for 1 year, and organize it with the name they were approved for. Most TEDx events have a theme. It can be anything that the organizer decided and confirmed with the official TED. They're often very abstract to encourage a variety of ideas. It may be, let's say, about AI, social media, health, the environment in the country, anything. When you apply for a TEDx talk, it needs to be connected to the main theme. But here's the trick. It doesn't necessarily have to be exactly as the main one or directly related to it. The organizers want speakers to explore the theme from different angles. So when you look for the TEDx event, see if you can connect your idea with their theme somehow that is aligned with your area of expertise. At this stage, when you just submit the application, the suggested title of your talk represents the idea you want to cover. More likely you can rephrase it later a little bit before the official event, but the whole concept should be the same. After you give the TEDx talk, the organizers will need to upload its video on the TED system, and once it is approved, the TED team will upload it to their site and YouTube channel. Depending on how the organizers field your data in the system, done in a proper way, your TEDx talk will appear on the site and YouTube with the title you confirm for the TEDx event. Just keep it in mind, and right after the TEDx event, you better check all the details with the organizer. It is important because the main benefit of giving this TEDx talk for a personal brand will be after it gets online. As when you give a talk, there is only a certain number of people who will listen to it. But when it gets online, then it's open for more people who probably never heard about you and may be interested in your idea. Also, you will refer to it and show it to others. It's a representation of you on the stage of well-known brands such as TED. It will stay there for years. Think about it as a long-term investment. So when you pick the topic, is that one area of expertise that you want to be known for years? Be thoughtful about it. Some TEDx events provide special coaching to help you to polish your speech and rehearse, but some of them won't do that. Double check that with the event and be ready that you might do all the preparation by yourself. So searching for how to apply for a TEDx talk, pay attention to following. What kinds of speakers do they choose? How often do they have events? Do they have themes? And if they have themes, what's the next one? Does your talk fit into that theme? Is there a natural way to make it fit into your theme? Before you apply to any TEDx talk, I recommend you to attend any of them live to see how it looks like and get the feeling of how it is organized. Although each event is different, it will give you a better perspective from inside rather than watching TEDx talks online.
Once you're ready with your idea, go to ted.com/TEDx/events. Or when you will get to the TED.com website, you can go to the menu, pick attend, and then you select TEDx events. You'll get to the same page. And here, if you scroll down a little bit, you see a big map, and all of those circles are all the TEDx events around the world. You can zoom in and see if there is anything in your area. And you can just click on any circle and you see the name of the event. You can click on the event and see what they have in the descriptions, what details, and if there are any details on how you can apply for the event. And also you can search for the specific location, name, or type of the event. Let's try this. Let's search for the TEDx events in the New York City. And here I can pick the New York City, New York, or like the general location. I will pick New York. And then if I look for the events next year, I can pick the year here. Okay, you can also select by the month and you can add some other filters there. But here, let's scroll down. You see we got 26 upcoming events already. So we got all the list, planned TEDx events with the different types here. Let's see what we've got. You see there's the title of the event, this is the name of the event, and this is the category. It's related to the youth category. There are several kinds of TEDx talks that you can apply to, and some of them also just for the inner circle, like the organization or some like business structures for employees. So like right here we got youth, salon, university, and standard. Let's start with the standard. Standard events are the main TEDx events. They are named after the location-based community they serve. They showcase a diverse selection of talks. Now, the salon event is a small weekly or monthly event that keeps a TEDx community engaged between regular scheduled TEDx standard events. These events are run by the same team as the standard event. University events held at universities and organized and attended by students. If your message is relevant to students, you can apply there. and then the youth event organized by or catered toward youth and or kids or school communities. If your message is good for teenagers or kids, you can apply in there too. Now, standard and salon events are suitable for almost every speaker. Just check their theme and make sure your message is aligned with it. The thing with the university and the youth TEDx events is that it still can be a serious topic. Just keep in mind that it might be helpful for younger generation too. So when you will apply, it's worth to mention how it will benefit them. For these events, they may have a mix of students and adults, so you have all the opportunities to apply there. Let's see what else we have listed here. We got some more standards, youth, university. Oh, here it is. We got the business event. This is another types of events. TEDx business events use the TEDx platform within the company. These are staff-only TED-style events. It's not the one you want to apply to because this is just for their inner circle, for their employees. There's also one that can be interesting to participate in. We don't have it on the list. It's TEDx to women. The topics are from a range of disciplines, either given by or relating to women. They may only be organized around the official TED Women Conference, which happens at the end of the year, and they mostly have women as speakers or talks that are specifically beneficial to women. So if you're a woman that has a message for women, then you can look for the TEDx Women event in spring to see if they post some information online. Even the list I have here isn't complete. Some organizers can get the license for a TEDx event already, but they did not submit the event details yet. Or someone can be in the process of getting the license for the next year. So check this page in a month or so again to see if new events will pop up.
Before you apply for a selected TEDx talk, watch the recordings of the previous years from the event. Just go to TED.com or the YouTube channel, type the name of the TED event, and you will get the TEDx talks from there. See what people shared about, who were the speakers, pay attention to the audio and video quality. More likely, you will have the same one, which is not always good. Take a look at how they fill the title and the description of the talk and if everything looks professional. If you're willing to invest so much time and effort into a TEDx talk, you want to make sure that you will have a good recording because it will serve you a lot in the future. Also, see if you know any of these previous speakers so they could introduce you to the organizer. Personal recommendations are always better than if you submit on the site. But if you don't know anyone, that's fine too. There are events that look for inspiring speakers and interesting stories. They are looking for you.
Now, when you have a list of the upcoming events, check their details. You will have more chances to find a spot for the events that are planned, let's say, half of the year ahead or more. If you would want to apply for a January event, probably they're already busy. They will not accept any speakers, so you can just scroll down. Let's find something in the end. Okay, we've got 2 events in October. Business is not for you because it's the inner event for the organization. And let's check TEDx Broadway. Here, usually, organizer may add some data about the event, uh, such as title, description, like theme of the TEDx event. Here's nothing. Here's nothing yet. We just see the date, October 13, and here's the address where it's going to be. Now we've got 2 organizers, and you go through their profiles and see if they have any additional informations. So here we don't have anything, no website, no social media, we have the name. And if there's no information about the event or organizer didn't fill his or her information, just Google it and see if they have any more data online about the event, or maybe you can find the contact information for the specific person. Let's see another organizer. Okay, this profile is better. You see, we've got a couple of websites, and here's the TEDx Broadway website. Let's go to this and see if they have the applications there. They've got the whole website here. And at the top, we see the menu, and there's a speaker application. You see, they mention that speaking topics are not limited to Broadway or theater related content, and they'll look for different topics. So that can be an opportunity for you to apply with your idea here. And they look forward to review your applications. Let's see, this is the important thing. The deadline for submission is March 22nd. You need to apply before this date. Some websites will not have this information, but you see, it's March and the event is in October, so they plan everything 7 months before. You need to apply till March, and probably they will get back to you within the next several months. Let's take a look at the form. So here you fill your name, your email address, and describe your topic. Describe your idea here. Some applications will have the separate field for the title of your talk, and then we'll have the space for the outline. Here you need to write everything in one field. So for the title, you apply your idea, you may write it at the top. And for the outline, write a short summary of your idea and what you like to share. Here they already mentioned within 200 words. And usually when you write the outline and apply on other website, keep it within 200-300 words unless they ask for something else, like in this case. Make it clear how your idea fits the theme and specify the main points you are going to make there. And the last part, they ask you to put the link to video explaining your idea. This is the brief introduction of what your topic is going to be about, and they give you a few things to include in your video. So keep in mind that the video should be 1 to 2 minutes, and then they want you, again, like in the outline, why is this a topic that needs to be heard? They want you to answer these questions. Why you are the person to speak on the topic? Why is now the moment that this story needs to be heard? If the event asks you about a specific video, then you record the individual video for this particular event. But you also can record the brief introduction, which you can include later in the outline section. Just record your brief 2-3 minutes and focus more on the idea you want to talk about and why it is important for others. You can upload your video into your YouTube channel, mark it as unlisted, then insert the link here, and then you click submit. Don't forget to review all the applications to make sure that everything is correct. Let's take a look at some other events and see what they have, how you can submit your application there. So here we got TEDx Broadway. Let's see TEDx Rochester. Here we also don't have any information, so we have only the date, the address, and here's the organizer. We've got the information about Susan, and we got a couple of her websites. Probably one of them is her website, and here's the one which we need. Let's take a look. Okay, I don't see any submissions, any links here about the submissions. Maybe there's something below. Let's scroll a little more. Nothing here, but you see here under one license, TEDx Rochester, they have actually three TEDx events which they host. One is TEDx Rochester, Another one is for women, the one I mentioned, and we don't have in the list yet. Probably they also did not schedule the event. And another one is the salon type. So this is the kind of the small event which they host before their big event. Okay, the registration for women is going to be open soon. And there's no submission forms. You can Google for Susan and see if you can connect with her somewhere, maybe on LinkedIn or maybe through her website, and ask about the details. Let's see some other websites. Let's check the youth one. Looks like in New York nobody likes to fill the descriptions and titles. Let's see who's the organizer. Sarah. Okay, we got Twitter, Flickr, website information. And we got the whole website for the TEDx event. And you see they've got the tabs for the previous speakers. Let's see who they have there. Even if this event for school, they have a mix of adults and then students. And if that's something that you're interested in and your message can be applicable for teenagers, then you can apply here too. Let's go through the speaker application. They don't have a deadline here, they have only date of the event. But still, even if they don't have deadline, if you apply as early as possible, like when you see this event coming up and they have the open form for the applications, here you fill your email address, name, email, job title, company organization, and here's this separate field for your talk topic description. Again, you can include a title there, include your outline there, and the main points which you want to cover. Then here you have your bio. Keep it within 2-3 sentences, something short and on point, like just key words, key phrases which represent you. Right here, your credentials, why people should consider you as an expert on this topic, why you are qualified to talk about the topic which you apply to. And then you get your video. Here you see it can be any type of video. As they say, you can put here your previous talk. They want to see how you speak, how you present, and how you perform. So they want to make sure that you are able to speak. If you don't have any previous talks, record the introduction of yourself and your talk and tell them why you want to apply, why this topic that you picked will be important for their audience, or maybe for like general for teenagers, for middle school kids. Then you add your Twitter handle, Instagram, whatever social media you have, and any other social media if you want to apply. Then you can get a copy of your response and you click submit. Let's take a look what some earlier events have in their contact details. Let's check this standard event. Okay, we got the organizer. She has a website. Looks like this is her personal website. There is nothing about that. Maybe she has something in her profile. Oh, here it is. You see, she has an email specifically related to the TEDx event. So if you want to ask her any questions and try to apply to see if there are any spots left, you can send her an email and say that you want to apply with this topic, some information about you, and see if there are any spots available and if she's interested to have you as a speaker on the event. But probably because the event is going to be in March, they don't have any spots. And let's try maybe the university if they have any submission forms. So she has her Facebook, LinkedIn, and the TEDx website. You can also look through the profiles of the organizers to see how you can easier connect with them if there's something in common, and you can mention that in the emails if you send them, or you want to get more information about the event topic and everything related. So when you apply, you will know what to write, you will know what you're getting to. Okay, here we got the website. About get involved. Here they are looking for the student speakers. Let's see if this in suggested speakers they have regular guests. Okay, you see we've got some adults. Let's see, you got previous talks. So if they have adults there, then you can apply and be a part of their TEDx event. And here you can suggest someone, and here you can try to fill your information, your name, your idea for the TED Talk. What do they need to know about the speaker? And why are you recommending them or yourself? You see, they are expecting that maybe you will be applying by yourself. So here you can put your credentials. And actually, some applications will ask you for the different credentials, like that can be your experience, your search, awards, everything that shows why you're qualified to speak on this topic. And in the end, they ask you about some additional information or links where you can include your introduction to your TEDx talk, include your links to the previous speeches, and add all the necessary information to help them to decide that you are the right person to apply for this event. And don't be afraid if you don't have enough experience. You don't know what level of experience the organizers look for. The purpose of these forms to support your application and show that you know what you're talking about, to show why the organizer should choose you to speak about this idea, not someone else. Once you finish with all the fields, just click submit and your application will go to the organizers.
Once you apply for a TEDx talk, see if they have social media accounts or email subscription. Follow them and subscribe, as they may share some more useful information and updates about the event. Also, look for other TEDx events. As you saw, we have the whole list for New York. Apply for those that are also a good match with your idea. If you applied for a TEDx event and wasn't selected, write them an email and ask why and what can you improve next time. When I applied for a TEDx talk, one of the organizers replied that they already selected all the speakers for that year. But he suggested to follow up the next year, which I did, and had an opportunity to speak at the TEDx event. And if you were selected, then congratulations! I'm very happy for you. Get prepared and rehearse, rehearse, and rehearse. Present in front of your friends. Practice everywhere and anytime you can. And then by the time you get on stage, you will be confident to deliver a great speech. Question of the day. Did you try to apply for a TEDx talk already? If you have any questions or results to share, leave me a comment below. And if you apply the first time, I know it can be challenging and overwhelming, so if you're confused about any of this, ask me in the comments and I'll try to clear things up. If you enjoyed this video, like it, share with your fellow entrepreneurs, and subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to click a bell to get updates about the new videos.